Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. It's been a while, or at least it feels like it's been a while since I've done a tutorial for you guys here on my channel, and I decided to do something a little bit different because usually in the winter time when it's cold, and like today it's cold and rainy, you usually see a lot of dark and warm makeup tutorials, but today I want to do something completely different and do something colorful to kind of change it up. I love purple. You guys know me if you've been a subscriber of mine for a while. Purple is one of my favorite colors, and I always love to incorporate purple in any look that I do. So this look is what I came up with for today. I just kind of sat down and did a look. I really had no idea what I was doing. So as you will see in the tutorial, I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to what products I'm using, but listen to the voiceover. I'll tell you guys exactly what to use, what you can substitute, what you don't need, everything like that, because like I said, I was just kind of all over the place. It's fun, it's different, it's smoky, it's colorful, and I really do love it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys! So first, to go ahead and moisturize my skin, I'm using my LC Glow Enhancer drops, which I've been loving so much recently. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple drops in my hands and then go ahead, place it all over my face and blend it out. You guys know I always start with my eyes, so I'm going to now go in with my Urban Decay Potion Primer in Original and blend this all over my eyes to prime. For my brushes today, I'm going to use the Sigma Ultra Copper brush set. This comes with 19 brushes and it's $199, but if you use my code Ashley, you can get an extra 10% off, and you can get all these brushes for less than $10. I will leave all the information in the description bar below. So first, I'm going to go in with my The Rock Pro palette. This is the first one. I'm going to take the shades White and Cream and mix them together. I'm going in with my Sigma E55 brush. This is the eye shading brush. I'm going to go ahead and place this right underneath my brows for my brow bone highlight. I always like to do the brow bone highlight first, pressing it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it into the rest of my eye look. Any kind of brow bone highlight shade that you have will do. Now I'm going in with Mauve from the same palette with my E40 Blending brush. This is a really nice kind of dusty, soft color. I'm going to go ahead and place this right into the crease for my transition shade. So I'm going from outer corner all the way to inner corner, going in windshield wiper motions as well as circular motions, and really just making sure that this shade is blended out, and that is our transition shade, so you want to make sure it's really nice and blended. Then going in with the shade Taupe on my Sigma E25 Blending brush, I'm going to go ahead and mainly put this right into the crease and blending it up slightly. I am going in with the shade just to go ahead and add a little bit of definition and just dimension, just layering all those shadows on because I love layering shadows on, as you guys know. And then going back in with my E40, just making sure that everything is nice and blended as always. Now I am going in with the Anastasia Artist Palette. They don't have this anymore, but the shade I'm using is this one in Blue Violet, and they do have it individually, so I will leave that down below for you guys. Taking that same E25 brush, I'm going to go ahead and first put this right into the crease. I wanted to put this shade down first before putting down my lid shade because I just thought the whole thing would be easier later on to blend out. So I am just going back and forth, putting this right into the crease. I'm not blending this up too high, but I am blending it up slightly, not really blending it higher than the transition shade at all. Just going back and forth into the crease and making sure it's blended. Then with my Anastasia gel color in the shade Ocean, I'm adding a couple LC drops just to moisten up a little bit, and taking that same E55 brush, I'm going to go ahead and place this all over the lid. I'm just going to go ahead and really make sure I put this down because this blue will really make my purple pop. Now to a little bit of a confusing part, but just stay with me and I will walk you through it. So first I go in with Anastasia Unicorn and I place this down on top of the blue, and as you can see, that blue base really made the purple pop. But I looked online after I placed the shadow down and they actually don't sell Unicorn individually anymore. So what I did is I placed that right on top, and then going back in with my E25 blending brush, I used that same Unicorn shade and I blended the lid shade into the rest of the transition shade. So after I put that down, I realized they don't have this shadow anymore. I looked at my Makeup Geek palette and I actually had this shadow right here. It's called Pop Culture, and I realized that this was actually probably more of the purple I was looking for because, as you see, Unicorn is a really beautiful shade, but I feel like Pop Culture just really makes your eyes pop. So if it were me, if I could redo it, I would go back with Pop Culture by Makeup Geek instead of using Unicorn. So if you do have Pop Culture by Makeup Geek, I would go ahead and substitute that with Unicorn, and you'll get the same look and same end result as I will in this look. So then I'm going to go ahead with Wisteria on my same E40 brush, and I'm taking this by Makeup Geek, the shadow. I just wanted to add this right into the crease, kind of right above my natural crease, a little bit in the transition, just because I needed to add a little bit of an extra color, just so that everything kind of blended a little bit more. I felt like it was missing something, so I add a little little bit of wisteria, and I felt like it just really blended the shadows into the transition shade a little bit better. Then going back with my E25, I'm taking the shade Motown, and this is going to go right into the outer corner of my eye just to deepen this look a little bit more and also kind of blend this shadow into my lid shade, just kind of going back and forth in the outer corner as you see me doing here, just really placing it in the outer corner just to really define this look. Then I'm going to go ahead and prep for false lashes. I'm using my Galactic mascara, applying a coat of mascara on my lashes, and then for false lashes today I'm going to be using these ones by Lily Lashes. These have been my obsession recently in the shade Doha, I think I'm saying that right. And while I let my lashes sit with the glue so they can get tacky, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I'm using my Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which I've been loving, especially in this time of year when it's winter and fall, when everything is dry like my skin. It really does moisturize my skin as well as gives a really nice glow, and I just love it. It keeps my makeup in place all day. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with my hands, and then going ahead and applying my lashes one by one. Going back to the face, I'm now going to go ahead and do foundation. I'm using my Chanel Perfection Lumiere foundation today. I will leave the shade that I used down below. I am going to go ahead and apply it first with my Sigma F75, which isn't in the copper set, but I love this brush to go ahead and apply it to my face. This is a concealer brush, and then using my Morphe Beauty Sponge, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. Now, I will say that this Chanel foundation, I used it not only because I love this foundation, but because I wanted to change it up for you guys a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of a mental note for myself from now on to use this foundation more in the summer and springtime, because right now in the winter I do have that little section right there on my face where I break out and it is quite dry, and I noticed that at the end of this tutorial and after I walked away, my foundation really kind of clung to that area. So if I could redo it again, I definitely would use a different foundation, but I do love this foundation. Just know that if you are dry skin, maybe it might not be the best for you. So I am going to go ahead now and just use my concealer. I use my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I applied it right under my eyes as well as highlighting the rest of my face, and as you can see, I'm using my Morphe Beauty Sponge to go ahead and blend all of that out. Next, I'm going to go in with my F35 Tapered Highlighting Brush, and I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, making sure that I get out all the creases under my eyes using my Beauty Sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and set the under eyes, making sure that you really press the powder into the under eyes because it really will help with not creasing as well as help with the longevity of your foundation and your concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and press that onto the under eyes as well as around my face. I do crease in my smile line, so I really got to make sure that I press this in there. And for the rest of my face, I'm just dusting it on because I do have normal dry skin right now, so I don't need to worry about the rest of my face. Then I'm taking my F05 concealer brush, no, this is my contour brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just bronze up the face. I'm using the MAC powder in Shade Stir, which again, I love this powder, but I like the pressed powder in dark that I normally wear in all my tutorials. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this all over the face to bronze up, and then going in with my Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette, I'm taking the F40 Contour brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and really kind of chisel out my face even more. Again, I like the way my contour looked, but I like the dark powder a little bit better, but it's okay, don't worry about it, we'll make it work. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm using my Anastasia Brow Definer in Soft Brown. First, I go in and outline my brows using the brow definer, as well as I fill in the outer corner because my hairs are a little bit sparse in the outer corner. And then taking my Sigma Brow Duo in medium with my F75 brush, I'm going to go ahead, I think this is F75 or is it E75? I'll leave it down below for you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the light shade first, fill in the inner corners, and then I go in with the dark shade and I fill in the outer corners, and then you go, bam, brows are done. I always love doing brows. I just feel like it completes the whole look. So now for the cheeks, I'm going in with the F10 blush brush, and I'm taking Becca Flower Child. Beware, you need to go very, very, very light with this blush. It is so pigmented, you seriously need the littlest amount. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this right onto the cheeks, of course. And then for highlight, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. This is in her contour and highlight palette, which I really, really love. I don't know why I'm sitting more towards the left off, but anyway, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and place this right on the tops of the cheeks using that same F35 Tapered Highlighting brush that I used to set all the powders. And now we're going to go back and finish up the eyes. I'm taking Pop Culture again with that same E55 brush. I'm placing this right from the inner corner to the outer corner, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a good amount of this. Like I said, I am going back in with Pop Culture instead of using that Anastasia shade. Then I'm going to go in with Motown, which is that darker purple I used in the outer corner of my upper lid, and place this right in the outer corner of my lower lash line. Again, just really making sure I'm kind of just pretty much copying exactly what I did on the upper lid, and then going back in with my blending brush just to really blend the whole thing out. I'm taking a little bit of Pop Culture as well to blend all the shadows together, and just making sure the outer corner is connected to the upper lid so the whole eyeshadow is one. Now I'm going to go in with Corrupt, which is the black shadow by Makeup Geek, and this step is optional. You don't need to do it. I really love the purple as is, but I love to add a little bit of smokiness to my look, so I am going to go ahead with that E20 brush. This is the short shader brush. Apply this as close to the lash line as I can get it, and then blend it out with my blending brush. Like I said, you don't need to do this. This step is optional. Just putting that right on the lower lash line, and then I am going to go in with my blending brush, as you'll see me do in a second. Go in with a little bit of that Corrupt and just add it right to the outer corner of my upper lid. Next for eyeliner, I'm going in with my tried and true Tarte Skinny Smolder eyeliner in Onyx. I'm applying this right into the waterline on both eyes, and I'm also going to go ahead and tight line my upper waterline as well using the shadow. Because we didn't go ahead and do winged liner, I love to go ahead and tight line just to make sure the false lashes blend in with the rest of our look. Now for inner corner, I'm going in with the E46, and I'm going to go ahead, this is the inner corner brush. I'm taking Shimma Shimma by Makeup Geek and applying this right into the inner corner as well as under the brow bone just to really highlight those eyes and just make them pop even more. And last but not least, to finish off the eyes, I'm now going to go in with a coat of mascara. I'm using my MAC Giga Black mascara. Apply a good coat of that to the lower lashes, and the eyes are done. Next for lips, I wanted the lips to be really nude because I wanted, of course, the main focus of this whole look to be on the eyes. So I am going to go in with this lip liner. This is by Jordana, and this is in the shade Rock and Rose. I do love this liner. I'm just going to go ahead and outline my lips and fill in the outer corners. I'm not going to fill in my whole lips with this because I am going to do a nude, and I just really wanted to go ahead and define the lips because I didn't want them to get lost on the face, if you know what I mean. So just applying that right to the outer corners as you see me doing there. For lipstick, I'm going in with this one by ColourPop. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. Oh my goodness. It's one of my favorites though, but I will link it down below for you guys. It's a really beautiful nude, and I feel like it does have a little bit of like a purpley tone to it, so I feel like it does really go good with this lipstick. Again, I'll leave it down below for you guys. And then to add a little bit of gloss, I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs lip gloss. This is in the shade Sugar Sugar. Love this lip gloss. And after that, your look is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.